Hey, you there. Thank you for watching, and welcome to Forge Lands Forever. Today, I have a 3v3 ladder match here on the most amazing democracy map generator. So let's go ahead and introduce our teams and our players, starting off with Team 1, also known as the Blue Team in the West, ending with Team 2, also known as Red Team in the East. Starting up with Team 1's Northern player, we have in Amethyst Purple, it is Dimitri 11 playing as an Aeon. He is an 18-21 rated, the highest rated player on Team 1. To his south, we have in Royal Blue Umbra playing as a Aeon as well. He is a 17-35 rated. And rounding out Team 1's lineup at Stitch Blue, it is the Seraphim player of Eco Player 7 playing as a 1787 rating. So for Team 1's side of the map, they have 2 Aeon and a Seraphim. No UEF, no Cybernetech for Team 1. Starting off with Team 2, Southern player in orange, the color orange, it is RoboGear playing as a Seraphim. He is a 1954 rated player, the highest rated player on Team 2 and in the game overall. To his north, we have in Chevy Caribbean, Razana playing as a Seraphim as well. He is an even 1500 rating. And to his north, we have in Ruby Red another Seraphim for Team 2. It is Soul Ripper Noob. He cannot build a Soul Ripper because he's not playing as a Cybern, nor is anybody else in the game for that matter playing as a Cybern. He is an 1816 rating. So for Team 2, like I said, only Seraphim players, no Aeon, no UEF, no Cybernetech for Team 2, which means there is no UEF or Cybern players in this game. Apologies to those loyal to the old Earth Empire and to those spiky space socialists. Hopefully, y'all will enjoy the game nonetheless. And for these 6 players on the map, let's take a look at the reclaim situation. Currently sitting at 8,000 mass in reclaim, which makes it 1.333333 repeating mass per player. So definitely worth writing home about. There isn't a large clump of reclaim in terms of 1,000 plus kind of situation, but there is 500. There's another 350 up there. There's a couple of hundreds down here in the south. So there is mass to grab. Also, we'll note this is a pretty small map. I can't see the north or southern edge of the game boundary thingamajiggy. So not really a lot of wiggle room. There's also a kind of bowl situation with the entire edge being encased in mountains. So not really a lot of avenues of attack via that way. There are, of course, a couple of main mechs expansionary locations. There is a 5-star mechs and a tri-mechs position north of Dimitri's position. There's also a couple of twin mechs next door to him. There is not really a whole lot down here in the south here for Eco Player to grab, but there's a kind of a twin mechs there, kind of, and a couple of another twin mechs is maybe in the middle. There's 3 main avenues of attack. There's the north, the middle, and the south. And it looks like it's going to be 1v1, 1v1, and 1v1. Possible comm-on-comm engagement will occur here very shortly between RoboGear of Team 2 and Eco Player of Team 1. Again, it is Aeon via Seraphim. And then it is Aeon via Seraphim, and then Aeon. Wait, what? No, sorry, Seraphim v Seraphim. That's what I was confused myself with. Seraphim v Seraphim, Aeon v Seraphim, Aeon v Seraphim. Gun, speed and range started for Razana in the middle. And there's the comm-on-comm action between RoboGear of Team 2 and Eco Player of Team 1. No comm advantages in terms of starting hit points on board because, like I said, they're both Seraphim players. So that is going to really only work out if there's more units nearby to assist for either one or the other. Gun almost 50% here for Team 2's Razana. Have a couple of units pushing in the milk here from Team 1's Dimitri 11. So this game is going to definitely come down to how fast one team can punch through probably one of the lanes. Once you hit this position, it's kind of easy to just overflow into the middle and then the south, and then vice versa, south to the north. So it's going to be a lot of focus on punching through defenses immediately, as well as really struggling to get Eco online. Not a lot of mixes to grab on this map, especially for ladder matches. It's going to be very, very stringent on the budgets for this game rather than just spamming up everything in the kitchen sink all at once. Gun speed started for Dimitri 11. Gun damage range started. Speed and range started for Soul Ripper. Umbra facing off against a gun comm of Razana, so definitely going to be in a bad way there for him. We do see that he's going to start pushing down his throat and trying to kick him back to his quad mech position to the west. Gun started for Team 2. Gun started for Team 1. So Eco is going to finish that gun first. And by the time he gets there, the upgrade for Robiger should be about 50% or so. So it just depends if he wants to stick it out for the damage or not. He does have a lot of Team 1's units here to try to offer as a nice little buffer zone, but it will give some veterancy to his opponent, which, it's kind of a, rock and a hard place. Do you let him get more regen and hit points, or do you take the hit in hit points yourself? It's kind of a rub there to the north. Range is done. Speed has been started upgrading pretty quickly to try to compensate for Razana pushing in. We have in the north Dimitri 11 on his own for the most part going against Soul Ripper Noob. It is gun speed, no range, versus Soul Ripper's, of course, gun speed and range. And Omra does finish that gun upgrade, going for advanced range in front of Razana's comm. Very bold of him. Does look like a couple of engineers will be taken out, but he's already at 33%, so that will favor him in that regard once that upgrade is done in terms of the range advantage. In the south, things still heated between these two players. A little bit of comm action still occurring between them. Veterancy, of course, is the focus of the Eco player, getting almost 1 star on board his comm. Now he's at 1 star. Now he has a slight advantage on his opponent. Advanced range is now done on board Umbra's comm in the middle. And now we have Dimitri 11 trying to push back Soul Ripper Noob. Soul Ripper almost at 1 star, about a little over halfway there. Dimitri 11 has no veterancy, going for range immediately. No run-by attempts have been successful. There have been some sort of attempts in the north, but it's kind of hard because there's no hill to actually climb here, or no ramp, so you have to go where Dimitri 11 is posted up, and that's not really going to work out in terms of trying to get by your opponent. T2 units now online here for Dimitri in the north. We should see a lot more T2 units running around the map here shortly. Umbra dropping into the yellow. Not looking too hot, but also Razana dropping into the red yellow as well. Again, advanced range is on board. That will favor Team 1's Umbra. And then once Dimitri 11 goes for advanced range, that will favor him as well. We do see Dimitri 11 is dropping into the yellow. Dimitri 11's opponent of Soul Ripper does have 1 star veterancy, but is dropping pretty close to the red. Nano Ripper started here for Robogear, but T2 PD online somewhere for Eco. At least I thought maybe that was just a overcharge, but it looked like a T2 PD was online. Yeah, there's no T2 PD. Weird. Okay. Oh no, it's over here. That's no, wrong side of the map. Nano Repair started here for Robogear. That will definitely favor him, especially getting back up into the green pretty quickly. We have Dimitri 11 now being sandwiched a little bit between forces of Razana and from Soul Ripper, but again, he's doing pretty good. There are some Ilshis running around that will definitely favor Team 2. Those Ilshis are very good units. Advanced range still forcing back Razana in the middle. Just cannot get into range unless he wants to take significant amounts of damage to his comm. 11 minutes on the clock. Do we have an air facility yet? Or at least T2 air facility? No, and no. So everybody focusing on land. You kind of have to in a game like this. If you lax in the land department, somebody's going to run you over. Robogear being a little bit of surrounded here by Eco Player's forces. Again, he has Nano on board, and Eco Player is at a little over half of his hit points. Robogear doing very well at taking out all of those Team 1 units, and now Eco Player having to fall back. Not going well here for either player individually, but in terms of the comm action, it will eventually lean towards Robogear, especially getting those T2 PD online. That's going to help out tremendously in keeping the front lines in his favor. Nano Repair started for Razana in the middle, and now we have T1 PDs being outranged by Dimitri's comm. He does have speed on board, does not have advanced range as of yet. If he does go for that, that could tip the things, or tip the side of the conflict at least in his favor. Nano Repair started here for Razana in the middle, like I said. Not looking too good. If he can get the Nano online and rolling pretty quickly, Umbra will eventually just be boxed out because of the regen on board the comm. Eco Player probably needs to go for regen because he is in the low yellows. Not looking too hot. Does have a couple of mobile missile launchers, but it's not offering a whole lot of firepower, especially when it's running into the comm of Robogear. He does fall into the lowish yellows as well, so he's taking a lot of damage from those PD emplacements. Regen Aura started for Soul Ripper. I feel like Nano would be a lot better. And then Dimitri 11 going for advanced range now, so that will definitely tip the scale of things in his favor, at least in the north. Team 2 collectively almost has the entire 50% market on the map, at least the direct cut straight down the middle. The only one they're missing is the one in the north for Dimitri 11, or I should say for Soul Ripper. But it does look like he's going for Nano as well, so that's not going to be good here for Team 1's longevity there to the north for now. Again, that is the one thing the Aeons lack in this game is nano regen. They do have a heavy shield and the advanced range, but they lack the regen capability, so they have to augment that by the shielding on board. Overcharge kills out 2 more of those units from actually Robogear. He tried to go after a couple of emplacements here from Umbra, but those get denied. Transport inbound, going to drop off a couple of units here from Robogear. T2 coming online here for him, and those are going to drop, and I don't think there's not that many forces moving in to intercept. There's one tank and a couple of Ilshis. Moving in to intercept. There's more T2 land headquarters online here for Eco Player. You don't need more than 2, but you know, this is, you have the main one and then the backup one. And in this case, this is the main one, or one of these is the main one. That's the backup one. T3 land online for Umbra. That's going to be very, very nice here for him. We do see a little bit of soon to be 2v1 maybe happening between Dimitri and Umbra versus Rosanna. Again, there's 2 advanced range commanders versus 1 nano and guncom of Rosanna. So Team 1 has the range advantage. Team 2 has, of course, the regen advantage. Regen Aura started here for Eco Player in the south. Wants to keep his units and stuff nearby online. Those Ilshis in his main base. Not a good day for him. Needs to get that Eco Player needs to get that Ilshi facility pumping. Team 1 PD able to help a little bit more out, but he does lose a couple of mexes nonetheless. Team 2 is leading the Eco game, almost 200 mass versus Team 1's 130, so not looking good on that front. In the north, Soul Ripper keeping his units online quite nicely with the regen ore. We do see some Team 1, a lot of Team 1 Zui online to try to just deal with all of the PD replacements for Dimitri 11, but now we have a 2v1. Umbra being blitzed down by a couple of Ilshis, but now Rosanna needs to fall back. He has again, the regen advantage, but not the range advantage. We have Umbra almost getting out of range, but decides to double back and help assist, dealing with Rosanna. Dimitri 11 trying to just blitz down more stuff behind him, and Team 2 is doing a very good job of pushing back Team 1 significantly. We do have the south kind of more of in a standoffish position now with some mobile missile launchers and Team B and PD and whatnot. We have Robogear actually shifting northward to assist. We have Umbra falling into the low yellows. Has to be very, very careful here. Again, if anybody dies, that could spell disaster for the entire game. So again, has to be very, very careful how far each player extends in. Again, with the regen on board, at least the nanos, it does help out a lot with kind of fixing those mistakes or compensating for those mistakes. The Aeon players don't really have that luxury. If they go for the shielding, they'll have a little bit more, but not too much after that. Those mexes being killed off definitely hurts Eco Player's position, at least a little bit. Doesn't have as much mass to his name. He's at 34 versus his opponent of 86. So not looking too good. Almost triple the eco for Robogear against his opponent. Maybe that's why he's trying to shift northward to help assist and punch through a position in the middle. Soul Ripper still dropping, but he's still keeping himself online. T2PD online. Overcharge kills a couple of those engineers off. Dimitri 11 at 4-star veterancy. Soul Ripper at 3, but almost on his way to 4. Does have some reinforcements inbound from Rosanna. Not only the mobile missile launchers, but also the comm. And Robogear, everybody on Team 2 is moving to go after Dimitri 11. That is the high-value target here for Team 2. There's all guns pointed on that man. And it is not looking good here for Dimitri 11. Definitely going to be the focus, but it does alleviate a little bit of pressure in the middle and southern lanes here for Team 1, so that could be an opportunity for some pushback. And Ember just cannot intercept Team 2. There's just too much firepower here to really push in. Again, advanced range will favor Dimitri 11, but once Soul Ripper comes into range, all the damage being done, I mean, it's not really hurting him as much as it's really hurting Dimitri 11 in terms of the regen, because it's on 98 hit points a second versus 34, and he's not even at 5-star veteran save. Each shot from Dimitri's comm is 100 hit points, and so he's essentially regenerating almost an entire shot from the comm of Dimitri 11 every second, which is not long-lasting damage. He needs to out-damage him. You do see in the south, Eco player pushing in. Now this is really going to force back Team 2 on the southern side. Robogear definitely needs to move a little bit more. We have Rosanna coming into body block for Robogear. Robogear was taking a lot of damage from the Harbingers here. And Rosanna actually going to get blitzed down here by the Harbingers, trying to save his teammate. There he goes. First kill of the game, almost at the 20-minute mark. Just barely does not make it past 20 minutes, unfortunately. And with one death on the scoreboard here for Team 2, it is now a 3v2 in favor of Team 1. Solar maneuver again, back up into the almost full green. Dimitri 11 back up into the green. And that's, he body blocks for Robogear. He takes the death, but it does keep Team 2's highest rated player alive, so I guess it was kind of worth dying in that view at least. He does have dual base now online, so that's definitely a benefit for him. Will at least help to re-push back Eco player in the middle, like this kind of hook maneuver he did going all the way around. And essentially sandwiching this position. Ilshi's pushing in from the west. His comm is his main force. He's pushing in from the east now. We do see Dimitri 11 push back even more. Umbra coming in to assist now that Rosanna is dead. And Solar Perm Noob might not be in a good position. Overcharge kills off a couple more units here. And now we have Dimitri 11 at 13,000 mass killed and climbing. Harbingers inbound, ripping apart all of the flak, all of the missile launchers, all of the engineers, all of the everything. Soul Ripper has to fall back. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. And in the south, the base here for Robogear, it's still online, just, not really as good as it used to be. We do see Eco Player being focused down. That's where having the nano repair would come in handy quite nicely. He's dropping not too great, but it looks like he should be fine. Just took a lot of, I think, unnecessary damage in some instances. So he's dropping into the red. It's not looking good for his comm. He needs to get back, needs to get that nano online. There's still a T2 PD there. Once that's dealt with, he should immediately go home. He actually should be walking home now, but not looking too hot. In the north, Soul Ripper Noob has some missiles he's dealing with, as well as, of course, the two Aeon commanders with their advanced range nonsense. Neither of them going for shielding. And they have mobile shielding in that department, but not their personal shielding on board. Even 8,000 hit points would make a huge difference here for both of these players. So they're sitting at 16,000 and 16,000 hit points on board, so they give them another 50% at 24,500. So it would make a huge difference. No T3 land online here as of yet here for Eco Player. And he's going home. Oh, he's being shot at by snipers. Ooh, that's not good. That's not good for him. One good snipe could kill him off. Does Team 2 know where he is? They do know where he is. What's the range on board? Robogear's. Oh, he's catching up. Not good for Team. Oh, no, he's falling back. Soul Ripper. Not Soul Ripper, but Robogear dropping off another sniper. Yeah, they're not in range as of yet. He needs to get underneath shielding. He's back up to 1,500. Getting a T2 shielding to just try to offer a nice little buffer between himself and those forces from Team 2. But yeah, like I said, definitely not worth the risk pushing your common, especially with that much damage to it. A strap bomber would kill him off right now. I don't know if a Percy would want. No, Percy wouldn't one tap him, but it would definitely not be good. Snipers are pretty much going to deal with the base here for Eco Player, and him staying here probably not the best idea. I do think he should keep retreating. I know wanting to keep the gains that he got, but once the shielding is down, he's going to be focused down by those snipers, and it's just not going to be a good day for him. More engineers inbound for reclaim purposes, as well as probably T2 PD emplacements. It's just not super great here for Team 1's Eco Player. The only big benefit here is that he's not facing off against Robogear's comm himself, because if he was, I think he'd be dead. At least in terms of, you know, a 1v1 fight kind of thing. Roberger getting T3 Engineer on board against Umbra. He's going for missile launchers. There's not that many TMD on board remaining. He might be forced to cancel that. Who knows? If the missiles start targeting the comm, that might spell the end of that T3 position here for him. And maybe that's for hit points. I mean, yeah, he can build some T3 shielding and stuff, but it's not like a UEF comm where you really want the T3 suite for Billy Nukes, for Ravagers, for that kind of thing. It's really only useful for hit points for most things. I mean, again, and you can build T3 structures and stuff, but the main thing is the usability of that upgrade is not as impactful as other factions are, which, to be fair, UEF are probably the only one where you really want T3 on board, especially for Billy Nuke to help load that thing faster. Everything else is just a benefit, but it's not a huge benefit like the UEF can get. Dimitri 11 having to fall back. Both comms still in the high greens. Shielding finally started for Umbra's comm. Somebody went for it at this point. 25 minutes on the clock. Nano repair started here for Eco Player. He's back up into the yellow as a secondary shield on board. That should be enough to stop the majority of the damage from those snipers, at least killing off one of the shield emplacements at least. Definitely needs to get those engineers to help get that upgrade so he gets back up into the green ASAP. No T3 land headquarters as of yet here for him. That's not great in the case that he really needs those optims. He needs those snipers. He needs to fight back. He's the only Seraphim player in the game for Team 1, so needs to get that stuff online sooner rather than later. Team 2, they're already at T3, and I sense a chicken might be brewing for somebody on Team 2 here shortly. But 26 minutes on the clock. Team 1 has 3 players left. Team 2 has 2. Map control, I'd say about 50-50 at this point. It's kind of fluid, especially in the middle, as it usually is. Eco situation, Team 1 is actually starting to lead the game now. They were behind a decent amount. But let me know down in the comments who you think is going to currently win this game. Of course, if you haven't done so already, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. As always, thank you so much for watching. I really, really, really do appreciate it. As we go to Dimitri 11 being attacked by Soul Ripper Nuke. Dimitri falling back out into the red, sorry, into the yellow, same as Soul Ripper. We do have Umbra's forces helping to distract a little bit of those from Soul Ripper. We have Umbra himself with the shielding on board, moving in to intercept. Soul Ripper going at it with the Dimitri 11 once again. And another overcharge kills off another Optim. There's a lot of T3 mainline tanks here for him. A lot of Ilshis as well. Flak, a couple of T3 mobile parashields. Of course, I'm not going to be able to say the name of the actual unit, so I just say parashield, and everybody knows what I mean. At least I hope everybody knows what I mean. I could say mobile shielding. I could say that, because it is a mobile shield, but you know, parashield is already named for a unit, and it's UEF, so why not? Anyway, Umbra now being forced back by Dimitri 11's forces. There's so much more inbound here for him. We have Robogate moving in to assist with his offense. I will point out that the Aeons do have sniper bots of their own, so that is going to be a little bit fighting back in that regard. I don't know which one is better. I think they're about the same. I don't know what the exact range is on board. I could look at that really quick. The range 0 to 60. The comm is under attack from the Optims, and then the ones from the Seraphim side of things are 55. So actually the sniper bots for the Aeons have better range. I should have looked at the damage, 2,000. But they have 700 hit points versus the 600. So those are weaker. They just and have more range. So again, it's the whole better range, less damage, better range, or less health, that sort of thing. Shield finally started for Dimitri 11's comm in the north. Don't like the position. He has a lot of sniper bots though. And Solar for Noob's comm is inbound. He does have an Absolver in the mix though. Very, very useful for dealing with the T3 parashields. Umbra being shot up by missile launchers. Umbra not looking too hot. No, that the Optims are coming into range. Needs to get out of there. He has a lot of parashield, or I should say asylums to assist him. Overcharge kills off a ton of HP for those shielding. Solar for dropping into the red. The sniper bots from Team 1's Dimitri 11 doing a very good job. Needs to get underneath that shielding to protect himself. Oh, he should be fine now. Oh, shielding does block a decent amount of damage. I don't know if it would have killed him, but it definitely would have made him feel a lot worse. Mana Repair on board here for Eco Player. He's back up to full HP. T3 restarted here for Roberger, so he was forced to cancel, and now has to deal with that. No XP spotted by your scouts. We're pretty bunched up. No, there's no experimental. Still no T3. Oh, there it is. Now it started. I feel like that's a little late, but you know, it's just kind of how things go sometimes. Just don't understand why he has 3 T2 land headquarters. At least I understand having 2 as one main and one backup, but it's just not worth the mass cost. Army just pushing in, getting a little bit more breathing room for the comm, and of course, and the snipers. T3 still coming online here for Robogear. Team 2. There's a chicken. It's already half done. And a chicken already almost half done. So both of the remaining players for Team 2 have chickens starting to be produced. Team 1 don't have any experimentals on or started that yet. Oh, no. Excuse me. There's one for Dimitri 11, but that's going to take a minute to finish. The chicken for Team 2 will finish before then. Rosanna, he's pushing big, but T2 only. Yeah, that's the problem there for Team 1 Southern players. He doesn't have the punching power of T3 Authams or Sniper bots or any of that sort. So it's essentially not a too bad engagement for Team 2, especially because he's focused more on the middle. Sniper bots sniping one another. Not a good day here to be a sniper in this game. And it looks like there might be a focus on going after Robogear next. Dimitri's kind of shifting more in that southward direction. Of course, there's tons of Authams and Sniper bots in his way, so it's going to try to stop him. In that regard, missiles starting to get pretty close to the TMD here for Team 2. It needs to get well, actually he has a lot right here, so he might be fine. Sniper bots hitting the comm. They drop his shielding. He's still in the green. Looks like he's out of range now. Chicken almost online here for Team 2. Chicken online almost here for Robogear in the east. Ilshi's moving in. They are a really good unit, those Ilshis, but Optims, they just have the hit points, they have the damage, they have the torpedoes. The comm is moving in with the regen aura to assist quite nicely to keep the Ilshis online just a little bit longer. There's not as many T2 PD emplacements. The comm has taken a lot of damage, however, and the snipers could try to go after the comm, but it doesn't look like they're being microed as such. Or maybe they were, just have to reload their shots. Ilshis have eliminated the 5 base here for Team 2. If they send it in, though, it's not going to matter because the chicken will eliminate them and the comm. So take the win, take some mass, and get out of there. Obviously, we have all vision, and Team 1 and Team 2 do not. And we have a possibility, which I guess that players do have, but kind of a not the same kind of pause. It's similar, just not the same. Colossus in the green here for Team 1's Dimitri 11. And no Colossus spotted here for Umbra as of yet. Shield heavy started here for Dimitri 11. That's definitely going to keep him alive longer. Chicken is done here for his opponent. And the chicken has been spotted by Team 1's Eco player. He has to flee. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that, unfortunately. He just doesn't have the damage to be able to deal with that chicken. The chicken walking very weirdly, not in a straight line. Eco has been sighted by the chicken, and that's a dead player here for Team 1. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. He's going to turn around and face the music. It doesn't matter. He's going to try to dodge. Overcharges, takes out a little bit of the hit points, but there he goes. Team 1 suffers their first loss of the game at 33 minutes. He has T3 land online now. T2 air online for Team 1's Umbra, and I think Umbra will gain 7 base, maybe? I mean, yep, I was going to say it definitely makes sense to give it to him because he's right there. Chicken is inbound, and that's really going to punch a hole through Team 1 Southern defenses. Colossus is online and moving in to intercept the chicken here from Team 2. Soul Ripper has the regen aura online, so he keeps that chicken alive quite heavily. 260 hit points on board. Sensor package is almost done. He traded out his speed upgrade for the sensors, and that will give him a lot of intelligence. He sees the chicken. He's like, nope, see y'all, bye, and starts to go home. Looks like he might try to just get behind his units, trying to help overcharge. Colossus and Chicken fight, well, in a standard engagement, it will favor the GC. Chicken should be targeting the comm, I think, not the GC. You could kill him off and make this a 2v1. Southern side of the map, the Chicken pushing into the main fire base here for Team 1 Southern player of the Umbra. Umbra under fire from a decent amount of sniper bots here from Team 2's Robert here. Colossus kills off the Chicken, surprisingly enough, and doesn't suffer a lot of damage, coincidentally enough. Very, very interesting. Solarper has been sighted by that laser. Oh, it's going to be close. No, he won't get underneath the shielding. Unfortunate. And now Dimitri 11's going to be killed off in a murder-suicide situation. It is now Team 1's Umbra versus Team 2's RoboGear. The last remaining players in the game. Soul Whipper was very happy about getting that kill. It was close. Needed about maybe 15, 20 seconds to save the comm, but it wasn't enough, and it looks like Umbra's going to go home. Warburger has already gone home, or at least in that direction, so it's going to turn into a heavily, not standoffish game, but, you know, it's going to be more protect the protect the comms, because it is now an assassination game for both teams. If one team eliminates the other team's comm, that's the game. Now the other T2 landed quarters is for Team 1's Umbra are now being eliminated by the Chicken. Chicken at 2-star veterancy. T2 PD stacking up, shielding stacking up. In the north, no GC. GC over here though. And nothing else to the northwest of that. Team 2, you going for another Chicken? Yes. Is there another Chicken already online? No. Lots of Optims moving in to cut off the GC's engagement to the middle. The middle position, it's not the most important thing, but it does allow for some annoyances across the middle line. Oh, Transport knocked out, dropping some Optims off, trying to go after, I think, this position here. It gets denied. Remember, it said bait with the GC, I think is what he's talking about. Nothing big in the bases here for Team 2 as of yet, besides just the one Chicken. Mass in comes. Team 1 is leading 500 to 443. The Chicken taking the high ground to dealing with the bases here for Team 1. PD are in range. The Chicken's weapons, besides the slow AoE one, is not actually able to hit anything else. That's unfortunate. Chicken needs to move a little bit forward, but it opens the door for more PD to rain on him. And I don't think the Chicken... almost dead. Otham's inbound to the north. I think it was more of a distractionary effort than anything else. Looks like the comm is moving into assist. He has shield and advanced range and speed, so actually should be more than enough. There is a T2 Mex that could be killed off, but wasn't targeted yet. Second GC is there online. I was going to say it's about to stand up, but it kind of already stood up when I got to that. Chicken is almost done. And it looks like another group of Othams down. Actually, they don't go north, they go south to avoid the comm. T2 Mex is being targeted. Are there any T3 Mexes in this space here? No. Team 1 still leading the mass income 530 to 460. Definitely a low eco game here in terms of how much each team is producing totally, or in totality. There we go. That's how you say that. Omni online for Team 1. No Omni online for Team 2, even though there's two T2 and one up there to the north. There's no T3 one. Oh, no, there's one in the back. Okay, never mind. I was going to say, lots of snipers in this mix. Man, there's a lot of those things. This is their range of influence. Currently 25 of them on the map here, and in totality there's 27. The GCs are definitely going to want to go after those grouping of sniper bots. There's a fully healed up GC, and that one is 50%. Does have 1-star veterancy though. Those look like the army from Umbra is pushing in. And we have a Chicken pushing into the middle. This is the one that's been damaged quite significantly. Up to 12,000 hit points though, so that's kind of nice. GC wanting to engage the Chicken here from Team 2. They're going to have to hook a little bit to their left, or right, or north. And that's one GC laser. That's the second GC laser. Harbinger is coming to assist. I think this GC will die. Oh, I was going to say maybe before the chicken, but looks like it's going to die after the chicken. That's a nice grouping of mass here for probably Team 2 to scoop up. That GC will back up and filter out for this GC to push in. The sniper bots, like I said, are the target. Lots of the land units are dead for both teams. And there's just not that much remaining. But the Colossus really want those stupid snipers killed. GC is falling pretty quickly in terms of the hit points count, but now the laser's opening up on those snipers. And it was holding the shield, preventing them from leaving its vicinity. But all those snipers are now dead. The second GC is still alive, comes and kind of cleans up a little bit. Lots of dead units for both teams, but keeping that GC online is fine. It's probably better off to walk it back to base, control K it, scoop up the mass, and build a new one with it, rather than just keep that one alive. Is there a second chicken almost? Yes, there is a second chicken almost done. Is there one down here, which I think that is yes. The one that was severely damaged now back up into the yellow, 25 hit points almost on board. T2 gunships inbound, shield heavy being built on board. Umbra's calm just to protect himself. And that's a lot of dead firepower in the middle of the map here. In terms of the reclaim in total on the map, currently sitting at 95,000. Most of it, of course, right here on screen. Almost 80,000 of it right there. And can I zoom in? Nope. I don't like how I can't zoom in as far as I would like. But yeah, 78,000. Lots and lots of mass to scoop up. Third GC online for Team 1. This one is going to die by Team 1 bombers. That's unfortunate. But again, they should have just kept walking back so then Team 1 could scoop it up easier. But a third GC going to replace the old one coming online as well. Number 4 actually, but 3 online, 4th one build. Harbingers coming in to deal with the chicken. The chicken will die here. We'll kill off a couple of those Harbingers before it dies, however. There's that one dead. Another chicken online here for Team 2. It is the same situation. This one is heavily damaged. This one is not doing too well. Team 2 has a lot of bombers in the air. Swiftwind's online here for Team 1 to try to deal with that. I feel like maybe investing in T3 air might be a good idea, especially because Team 2 doesn't have any sort of air online besides just Team 1. And there is that Ion Storm. It actually does hit friendly units, so that is something to consider when running your units right through the Ion Storm. This chicken is definitely going to hurt Team 1's middle line, though. Third GC online, and it will shift southward to intercept. And now it's going to come off to maybe, I don't want to say standoff tactics, but a lot of these action is going to be maybe one decisive play. We are approaching 42 minutes now. The players have to be very, very careful if there's a hidden nuke or something a little bit bigger online. I don't know if artillery would be very wise in this aspect. It costs a lot of mass. There's so much focus on land that putting a lot of your resources into that probably is not the best idea. And it also will come down to APM. Which player on Team 1 or Team 2 has enough APM to deal with all of the nonsense? We have an attack in the south there. Team 1 PD being deployed to try to head that off at the pass. It will help a little bit, but not entirely. GC inbound to the middle. The GC's already taken a decent chunk of damage due to the gunships. The chicken is being reclaimed. Definitely grab that there for Robo Gear. And now the chicken being, I guess, lured away by the Colossus from Team 1. Once the Harbingers come into view, he'll probably stop, maybe? No, maybe not. There are some sniper bots underneath shield coverage. GC's got to turn around at some point, and the chicken decides to not fall back. I don't know why he's not turning around. I feel like that's kind of weird. GC going to get a hug from a chicken. The Harbinger's already moving out of range because they know. And there goes that chicken. Shield heavy almost done on board. Umbra's calm at almost 80%. I just don't know why they're not engaging. I know there's sniper bots and I know there's Othams here, but there should be a roughly even fight. I know Team 1's Umbra is trying to scoop up the rest of that GC wreck. And now we have this GC moving in. We have this GC moving in. That one's heavily damaged, however. This GC did get away, but that one's also heavily damaged. there new chicken online in the south? No, but soon. More PGens being built by RoboGear to get some more power in his veins. Not GC. RoboGear has another chicken online. He's saying T3 engineers or T3 factories. And that GC is going to start punching through weaker lines. Chicken's going to stand right there and hang out, but there's 4 GCs online for Team 1. Again, 2 of them heavily damaged. 1 of them in the red, 1 of them in the yellow, 2 of them still in the green. But 1 of them in the green is wounded at least slightly, just a flesh wound. A couple of sniper bots going to get eliminated by that GC. GC's got to keep... Nope. Okay, never mind. It's going to give those sniper bots a chance to escape. Or that is unfortunate. Autumn's pushing down the middle here from Umbra, going after that group of T3 mexes he tried to get earlier. He will grab 1, 2 of them. Third one will be eliminated. Oh, maybe not. Oh, maybe not. Who knows? Oh, it does get eliminated. Look at that. Optims will save that other T2 Mex out, maybe? No, they will save that T2 Mex. But Mass being eliminated for Team 2 is not a good thing, especially because they're down in eco, at least totally, versus Team 1. GC versus 2 chickens. That GC is going to, I think, ignore the 2 chickens and keep pushing northward. There is a chicken about to come online, so that'll intercept that GC quite nicely. Don't, says Dimitri 11. There's a GC down here running around cleaning up the middle of the map. And again, the GC's dying on Team 2 side of the map means more eco. That chicken is dead. Oh, that's unfortunate. The crash damage will kill a little bit of that GC's HP. That's a great win for Team 2. They kill up 2 GCs for 1 chicken. And now another GC is going to die. That's 3 dead GCs for Team 1. And we have a lot of raiding going down all around the map. If this section of mechs is gone, if that section of mechs is almost gone. Team 2 falling below 500 versus 750. Donut started for Team 1. No T3 air. I feel like that's such a missed opportunity still. Team 2, you have T2 air going for T3, so they're going for T3 air at 46 minutes. Very, very late, I feel like, to go for T3 air. Nobody has air control because there's no ASFs. But there are a lot of bombers running around. Those bombers did eliminate, or help eliminate GC, to be fair, so they have done some work. So much mass on the field now, especially that northern side, currently sitting at 159 and climbing. Team 1 scooping up that chicken wreck. At this point, they're just trading wrecks. Team 1 was able to scoop up a couple of them. Team 2 scooping up a couple of them. Donut is almost in the green. There could be a possible snipe attempt on the comm with the Donut. That would be very big way to end the game that way. Just kill him that way. He does have 20,000 hit points on board. He doesn't have the nano advanced, so he doesn't have that huge boost that you could get. He spawned here, says Dimitri. So yeah, Dimitri, I think, knows what he's doing. There's the Donut. Looks like it's moving southward. It's probably going to cut right across the middle. Might as well, instead of trying to go all the way around. Zara online, it says Razana. T2 gunships in tow. Oh, excuse me there. My voice cracked there a little bit. Do not just go after the Yothofa. Just, no. Just go straight for the comm. I know it's tempting. Oh, and then there goes those land units. Find ACU, says Dimitri. Yeah, the longer this goes on, the worse it gets. Donut needs to just keep going. 20,000 hit points out of 30,000 for the shielding. He does have some swift winds that'll help out a little bit. He moves in to intercept the ASFs from RoboGear. He's trying to get T3 AA spanned up as quickly as possible. Oh, who knows? It might work. It may not work. There's a lot of AA starting to be built up. Gunships inbound to assist, and you just gotta go after the. There is an argument to be made, but no, that's it. Oh, that's unfortunate. There goes the Donut. Crash lands on top of the comm. The shielding is down. All the gunships are dead. That snipe attempt went very not great, and now they just gave a ton of mass for Team 2's RoboGear to stack up and make into chickens, I would assume is what he's going to make it into. And then he goes for advanced nano just to make sure he stays alive a little bit longer. Definitely a smart counter move there. Not doing great. in terms of the eco situation, but his reclaim, I mean, definitely helping out. 250,000, and they have, you know, the total mass accrued in their favor, just barely. That's the reclaim. Gunships inbound to deal with the chickens. There's 2 GCs versus 3 chickens. Maybe soon to be 2 chickens. Another GC coming to mind here shortly. I do love the sniper attempt with the donut. Just, it should have been straight for the comm. It shouldn't have been for any of the AA. I do understand his idea, but Robogear was able to counter it quite quickly. Had Team 2 not spotted it, that would have been it. But they spotted it as it was built, essentially, so they had enough time to counter it. Tons of T2 gunships trying to deal with the chickens. 1 chicken is dead. 2nd chicken will most likely die. Yeah. Colossus needs to finish to keep this northern base alive. Looks like the chicken has found a target. And I don't think that GC is going to finish. We have attacks in the south by 2 chickens. As I said, if you have T3 or, you know, stationary artillery, it'll be really, really funny. See, T3 air probably would have been very, very nice, taking out, you know, stuff over here in terms of bombers or whatnot. I just feel not going for T3 probably was a missed opportunity. The GC was denied. T2 PD built in favor of it. The northern base for Dimitri is pretty much gone at this point. T2 gunships trying to do what they can, but the base is going to be gone in moments. And we have 2 chickens stacking up, waiting to be given orders to intercept. 2 chickens down here for Umbra. 51 minutes on the clock. Again, now we're in a kind of a similar situation again where, yeah, there's 1 base dead. Team 1 has the eco situation still in their favor. And it might come down to just ramming through with a bunch of experimentals. Chicken's still alive at 50-ish% hit points. T3 land headquarters for the Aeon northern side is gone. Teleporter started. Why are you starting a teleporter? There's no AA. Well, there's AA. There's no PD in this base. I mean, Robogear is standing. But again, he has the nano regen. He has at 400 or advanced nano. So he has already 4,000 hit points on board. It's a lot of hit points. Chicken going north to kill off more stuff. Lots of T1 bomber spam. See, this would easily be dealt with ASF. I mean, maybe even Swift wins, but still, ASF would easily clean that up. And he's chickens dropping, trying to go after more mexes. There's a lot of T3 mexes up here that's going to die here shortly. Teleport at 45%. Just don't understand the logic with the teleporter. It's not like the Seraphim who can kind of telesnipe somebody with the splash upgrade, kind of. Not really, but kind of. I just find that weird. It's at 60% now. Team 2 now in the lead for Eco, 400 to almost 500. Our northern side is gone. That was where a lot of that mass income was coming from. See, that would be a nice opportunity to send those gunships in to go after that group of stuff down there. But a bomber online for Team 2's Robogear. He's going to probably finish it with a bomb. Looks like Marizona's like teleporter maybe. Make PD just in case. He's going to do that. T2 started on board the comm. He's going to try to telebuild T1, T2 PD maybe? And again, without any ASFs online, that bomber will just rampage around. T3 AA needs to be built immediately. Some of them have been, but it's really not a whole lot of them. There's 3. At least the ASF variety, or the Seraphim variety. There comes the bomber. It's in view. There goes the T3 land headquarters here for Team 1. Seraphim side of things. Well, almost. Ooh, that's not great. That bomber doesn't really have a lot of annoyances to deal with in this base, and it will open the door for the chickens to engage. There goes the Omni. There go P-Gens. There goes a lot of PD next to them. There go the chickens. The comm needs to teleport immediately. Unfortunately, there's enough PD here to kill him off pretty quickly. And, yeah, that's not going to go well for Umbra. Chickens inbound. The bomber's going to do a lot here, really. It's really going to open the doors. And there goes another bit of PD here. And the I guess ASF? No, those intercepts just get wiped out. Oh, and there goes the teleportation by Team 1's Umbra. Tries to go for the snipe. Gets immediately denied. Team 2 wins the game. And that is the game here, folks. RoboGear gets MVP. Obviously, last remaining player in the game. And really, there should be a call out for Team 2's Rosanna and Soul Ripper for helping assist Beyond the Grave. Had Team 2, those two players, or at least I think specifically Rosanna made the call out, not noticed the donut built, it probably would have been Team 1's victory right there. But the donut was spotted. Team 2 was able to build the AA necessary and some ASFs on top of that. And that was it. That's the game mode, folks. Let me know down in the comments what your favorite moment of the video was. Again, thank you so much for watching to the very, 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 very end of the video. And I will see all of you in the next one.